between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m., which is where there's a peak movement of people. We're also going to do some in the morning and the afternoon in the subsequent ones. So the good news is that about 42% of our people are now wearing masks appropriately. 36% were not wearing it at all, with about 22% wearing it, 22 not wearing mask at all, and 36 were not wearing correctly. So if I add those, we're looking at about almost 80% have the intention to wear. I mean, those who are wearing it improperly is still an intention to wear, and having a mask is a good sign. So we are seeing an upsurge in the use of the mask, and we hope it will continue and hit 80% appropriate use, and look at that. But when we look at the Awas words, you can see that 57% are wearing appropriately. Collect Water, 56%. Accra Metro is still low, 39%. Ayawaso East, 39%. Ablikuma Central, 31%. And the Ghana West is 29% wearing of masks. And you can look at the not wearing and then not wearing appropriately. So we look at the community and location with proportion of persons observed who were correctly wearing masks. You can see that the largest number was University of Ghana in the Ponglu area, and the lowest number is around some of the lorry parks around the country, in Accra, Baleshi, etc., had relatively lower use of them if you look at them in the lowest communities.
Nano kwesi da mampanyina na dodan kwakufu ado ene Ghana for ebo covid nkombo ne fa na etoso aduonu emiensa omampanyi kansan bebre e ma restrictions anasa ohye a ode agu akwan so a ebeboa ama covid-19 yetumi asoso anono odasoa esi bi so edua se de be ya ye beti ase yi na enum no Ghana for bebre ama confusion e basa ebi so omampanyi kansan ebi so kansan chese bebre na nte de omampanyi e kan yankasa ase enti oru akojo opon kroma ofato no so
a lot of the recent positive cases can be traced to social gatherings. These are people who go to events, first of all, wearing their masks, their temperature is taken, sanitizer is used, and then at some point in the event, they will sit down for food and drinks and take off their mask and start chatting and engaging, and droplets will be flying from somebody's mouth onto somebody's, plate or whatever, and will be floating around. And before you realize, people are getting cross-infected. That is the reason for which social gatherings of that nature have been banned. So, for example, you'll notice that the president did not ban burial services, because the activity of burial, we actually encourage you go on, so that you don't have people's mortal remains, piling up in the morgues, etc. The activity of burial, so the burial service, the one where you take the body, most likely to a church, and a prayer is said before they will go and do the actual burial, that one is not banned. It is only limited to about 25 persons. So a private burial or a private burial service is not banned. What is banned is the funeral, where typically in the Ghanaian community, we will all gather, you see a long line, shaking of hands, announcement of people, then they'll call for a song, people will come and dance, then there's lunch or dinner, food and drinks, alcohol. There's a little party associated with it. That is what in Ghana typically we refer to as a funeral. That is what is banned, because it is that aspect that we notice that there's that high risk, and therefore people are being traced to similar activities that have caused spread. In the same way, when it comes to marriage, the president did not say that marriages are banned. The president didn't say that. What the president has said is that what we call in Ghana the wedding, the full-blown wedding where you have a big party with reception and people dancing and people eating, sitting at reception tables, etc. That is what has been banned. We've got a lot of requests about, so what if somebody's having a church service, a normal church service which is allowed, and they choose to bless their marriage there as part of the church service and go home. I'm not sure that has been banned. That has not been banned. The wedding, the full-blown wedding with its reception and all of this social activity associated with it is what has been banned. So we're taking time to explain the rationale so that we are all guided accordingly. It is in that same spirit that parties and I think concerts and related activities which put people at risk have also been banned.
Ye traka sabon so na ye ko se hwedwina ase na adwadifo ho so da tudwe kirem se wo ma adwadifo bi no maso den ye niam ahodo e som do bo ho ban efi covid-19 no mo nye enti wo sere mo nye na no achi so no wo sese hwi municipal assembly no so mo na Veronica Bucket yi ni niam ahodo e betumi abo ho ban no on fa bi emredwam ho sere ba e betumi abo mo nyina.
Omampanyina kasa ayane mrase etwa fatase ebeche nose mask ede aboye ho ban enti uko sahwedwuna se dwadibia kese ni mampanifo so de mra aye adwuma kire se wa hye nose mask ebeche wo enti nipa no hamu nchembe ye aduwatwe enum 85% die obia ehye nose mask na so adwadifo no guso omo sere assembly ni senkebe ya yemmo mo Veronica Bucket ni omo fa nsuongum enye gyamantwea na omo fa nhoro mo ensa bra ne bra no
no kwasa first ya le ne ba ye no ya be Bucket na ya huye sa omu no eni nnuro ne bi na me ya yusi ya na che na ya le no kwa fom no ama biem but ya Bucket no horo mo na nnuro de be huye sa ne sadata de be papa ya sa no ye di bi na ya le no kwa fom no asam ne ma foro mo de be ya no wo mo sa ba fa nti si ya sa ba sa na so mo mo de family ya me ma sra mo sa Bucket no kwa wo mo de family ya na ye na ya be ko nsu egusi me akwa ye na betumi ato amobia wo ne sese de be ya nkwafa wo ha bia emre ye
sese adofo a ewo sahwidi ase market ni se post wo bi nyan post for se omo modin ase no smart no omo be se sese wo wa nse no aban betimi across Bucket no in fact market is oro na ya nyina de hwe ya busia ne ya ma ente me stress obi bia dai on se no smart
Louise Japan eya Baikrati penyi wase nkrofo so odin pa wo mo pese mo de mra ebe ye adwuma nti omba bayire emra ni mu pa
ya famu de se ye bia as assembly any health for no any security for no obia eya na famu de me bo nyina abaso ne mom ne ye nsi akampa ne enipa nankasa ye su ene ye ban bia ye de ekun yare sebi ensuo to a minji ni so bi betwense police ni maka chene so finsuo na ensuo to na hwa ne ho befo ensu covid ba ye de ye twen se police ni emehye ye se ye hye mask asa ne hye odwe ma won tiase but yakwa ni pa de certainly we will be confronted with some of these challenges and once the gusua you know esi akai se asodin no da so koso na ho ko hia se yenye se ne wusi kan ya eno so no meje di se mpanifo no na anudifo no so e behwe na ya yesa
Adwadifuo ku a edi Traders Advocacy Group o mabomodin a ye bambo ntete e de afa COVID-19 ho amadwadifuo ekoso e wo enkran
Ekwe befa so akon etia coronavirus ninti enempenifoɔ ye education ede ama adwadifoɔ ɛwɔ enkran ya kyerɛ wɔ mo kwan befa so bɛwro mu ensayi ɔmbɛhye nose mask na face so sanitizer no ɔmo ede egu ɔmo ensa so wɔnom bo aye ma adwumadie ne ba so no ɛyɛ Ghana Standards Authority, Food and Drugs Authority, Access Bank, LCB Worldwide Ghana ene nyumaku ahodoɔ otitinani ede ma Traders Advocacy Group owura kwadwo amwaten ene UTV edi enkomo
check nose masks and sanitizers. So the better need educate. More importantly, the education factor. So you have check before a keep it to the safety protocol. So the better market and president and kasa all too, because they go before you can say as trade executives and our leaders. Now you to market anymore. Now you are in your jumeyi. It is best media not so. Most of our brain in an day in ano. More than a need to educate your market women.
Kwanchefo penyi Adema Food and Drugs Authority, Mami Mimidako enso ensem enie.
Up to now, you need to be able to COVID nase completely. But ye nina ye necessary ya. COVID no ebeko. Right? Intine se droba na wofa na se memeti na se me share mask and I mean sanitizer me sa COVID ne ye betina. And no matter what we get, no, I see a 2 as a cry. That means that you walk on your cry, Monshamo mask. Ah, Kwabena say, you better nipa be brave, na if you was here more be suedra, or no crying hot on a mask. Because you who's the COVID, no, which means there more than once. Into any naya here to protocols. Na kakra drone ne idea so ebenya dia bono. Yenya ne yakabum na etumi to COVID as a cry.
UTV atwe eben adwedifo no eno mu edi nkomo omonso nsem omudi tu dwa eni.
Tese nyina yenya ye honte ase na nose mask ne ehye enema na dia toto na kwam nyina ye di so na etumi bua ya nkata bi se yale na ye rare pa ye rare me akwala 2 years 3 years no okosku ase nka o ma sa nkwala ni nyina tenafie na mpanfu kakra no mu kosku no mu tumi protect omo me se bi kuta kwala 4 years okosku ahame esu mane de manfa na nko otifie.
Agya ye check as bono so na ye call ayawa so weso gon about to a course so abasabasa esi to course no obi an wudie na nso ebi no prepare pa na no na ndi sama yoko no dwam tenene ewura asamorfusu ampofo na fe ndi sama yoko no welfare committee chairperson ewura jifa ativo edi nema bi akoma branch ba ko awupraye aye frɛ no isha uyaro of adama washing bay won kran ha na no ewura afusu ampofo kyerɛ sɛ ewura me short committee no omo tena ase no omo kan se obi biara wo praye wo mu bia no aban ema ne patasika den no omo hye se ne manimu ya na aban hwe enye mfamo asa ne be sa afori nyina no eho ebeto omo kakra
afi asan aso eye second anniversary na ye mpa ebo nyina ne se anka by this time there ye beba no wasori ejina na so efi se mu nyina ba kai se mra atore nchom ne ba ya opiraye no ye ndane ye chi ankyere no President John Dramani Mahama and NDC party nankasa no ebo modern say mo bia wo se de boa no e ma ne hoto no e betumi aboa ebre bia mo nso a bedu ba bia wo se e besra no nso mo etumi ba e besra no enti as part of the second anniversary no you know say you know no parliament don't be issue statement na omo de akai sada no ma twe aban adwea kosi so say enuanum bi ti say nunu ayo te we eda so wo ho a sa atoranchem na state security agencies visited on him no aman na ye permanently deformed and disabled untimi nko ba bia na aban responsibility say obe cater for all Ghanaians irrespective of your political affiliation. Yeah, we ba bia we free party of free man sana some to yetumi aka bia mo o ma setem no modwuma mu ye ayede nti e wasa aban hwe kon be fa so a obetimi amount compensation.
I want to call on Madam Lydia to facilitate the process of paying this compensation to the people so that it will assuage their suffering. And going forward, as the chairman has said, our brother is not able to be mobile. There's a need to find a lasting solution to the leg that is affected. And chairman has indicated the processes that are being worked on to ensure that the leg is put in the right shape. So we'll continue to visit as people from the welfare committee and the party, NDC. We are social democrats, we care for people. You know, Jesus Christ, even he said, when I was in hospital, did you visit me? It means it is important that when somebody is sick, we must visit. Because you don't know when it will be your turn.
For the mass, say a cassie boy more share, Madame, my ear, ye basses here.